Yeah, g'day. The plan today is to head out to the east coast to Aramoana beach, and of course seeking out a few gravel roads is pretty damn high on the list. I'm giving a new epigo, curve a go, and this is the route and direction I'll be taking. It's early in the day and there are not many people around, but Woodville has taken off since Te Ahuaturanga's gone in. Since I haven't been on most of these roads before and they're in the middle of absolutely nowhere, I'll definitely make sure I'm fully topped up with petrol. The wee problem with morning rides is staring straight into that sun. It's beautiful, but bloody difficult to see. What a cool valley just etched into that flat landscape. While the evergreen natives are my favourite, you just can't beat the colours of the deciduous trees in autumn. Thank goodness I've got the Curviger app because I'd be getting very lost out here. Well, that's not a good sign. But to be honest, even if it is closed over here, I don't care. I'll just turn around and come back and go a different way. The road around here certainly does feel like it's had a lot of attention recently. Been rather a big slip there. About here I start to think if I'll be able to see the ocean off in the distance out to the east. So I'm about 20 k's up the road, I guess, and well, I found it. And so what the Curviger app didn't do is tell me about this little bit here that's just closed. Ah, well, just an opportunity to try some new roads anyway. Different new roads, but new roads. New roads, same beaches. The Te Uri turning point. Right, let's try that again. I would add, and probably through mostly my own fault and not practicing, I had no idea how to get the map to recalculate and behave properly. As well as that, there was no reception in most places, so I was just going to be winging it from here. A fair bit of deliberation at this corner. Do I head the wrong way on gravel or head in the direction I actually want to go? Unfortunately, the gravel lost. Oops, two things here. One, that road was gravel, and two, the name rings a bell from my scoping out earlier. A glimpse of the Pacific. And here I am at Purerere Beach. There are numerous freedom camping sites along the way, first in, first served. There are quite a few campers making the most of a beautiful, beautiful day, even though it is mid-autumn. Talk about beachfront properties, eh? There are a few houses dotted here just before you get to the official campground. And directly from Purerere Beach, you can head down this back gravel road to Aramoana Beach. You often see bunches of guys with guns in May in rural New Zealand. Aramoana. Not to be confused with the one in the deep south. Time to park up and have a bit of a wander, I reckon. Aramoana Beach. A few memories here as a kid. 3 weeks or so a year, 2 or 3 weeks in some holidays. The whole family. There used to be a campground, but it's not off. Spent a fair bit of time out here. Glad it's low tide. Houses, not caravans. Now I'm sure that's where the road used to come into town when I was a kid. It's returned to farm now though, by the looks. Fair enough. And the concern is that it does actually still show up on the Kurvika map. Making a beeline for the town that my mother grew up in and my grandfather did some of his early work in New Zealand on the railways. I can already see that there are a few passionate people who live here, people with a sense of history and clearly a desire to preserve the railway and make it a real feature of the town. Good time to stop and have a proper close look. The timing's a little poor. The middle of town is completely shut off. I have to say, it took me way too many years to discover the back route behind Danneberg. Time to fit in a wee blat up Borati Peak, I think. Always good to slow down and take in the view at this point. This is really the only moderately steep bit on this track. A couple of bits around here about this steep. No hanging around today.